Okay, hey, just gonna do a little preemptive before the video. I think I might have deleted a small little bit of a video, but anyways, what you're fixing to see, I'm explaining now. So the AMCs that they raced in Trans Am in '72, they had a really um, low um, air down on the front of the car. Uh, Too much air was getting out of the car, and it was actually making them hard to steer. So you can buy an aftermarket version that is like it's all one piece fiberglass, and it takes place of the valence and makes an air dam, but they're like half the size of the valence and the Trans Am air dam. Um, and I like the valence with the front marker lights in it. Looks really nice, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I show you here in a second, whereas I'm making a template to make a air dam, attach it to the valence, make it my own thing. So here's the video. Um, there's going to be more, and I'm probably going to take some of this and turn it into shorts. Shorts tend to get more views than my videos, and I think it gets me out there further so people start subscribing more, because I'm only, 2 weeks into this, week and a half, 2 weeks into this channel. And things are actually, people are subscribing, which is nice, and I'm getting views. So here's the video. All right, I spent about, 10, 15 minutes making that cardboard splitter right there. So if you look at the photo, you'll notice that this is about the right size. I was sort of spitballing where I was at, but what I ended up doing was I ended up just taking and using this shape right here to make that splitter shape. And after getting it attached, it really looks very close to what they ran. Now I'll probably end up taking and curving these edges a little bit to blend them so they're not just a sharp edge. But this splitter, cardboard splitter, is about 8 inches there, and then it's got an 8-inch standoff here. It might be too much, but when this splitter is on the car, it sort of sweeps up a little bit, like that, because the marker lights, the blinkers on the front, sort of sit straight forward. So it's about like that. So I might end up taking these stands whenever I order them. You can get, I think there were 2 stands for like $8. They're aluminum with the swivel ends, but I can get them in like 6, 7, 8 inches, however long I want them. This is 8. I might go 7, just tuck it in a little bit. But this is what I was looking for, that Trans Am look for that car. The whole front dam that you can order that's fiberglass, which I like this. You got metal, and I'm going to do this out of aluminum and have it painted the same color as the rest of the car. Or I might have this painted the color of the car, and this might be black. We'll see. But the fiberglass splitter you can get in front, the air dam, it's like half this size. It doesn't have the lights in it, and the valence is like 4 inches, and then the splitter's like 4 inches. It's small. It looks okay on the cars, but it also doesn't look as aggressive as I want to get. So like I said, probably just curve these in a little bit, and I probably will use 3, maybe 4. But then again, I think the racers had like one big one, but they were pretty thick on the front splitter. But then I could also just do 2, one here and one here. But then I think it's too much for the wings on the outside edge, so I probably will just do 3. I think that looks pretty nice. But I'm just going to continue to. I'm going to get a piece of aluminum. I think I need like a 60-inch by 12 because of that curve I've got to cut into it. But 60-inch by 12 by what do I need? Yeah, I think that will work well. And I think I'm going to do 1/8-inch aluminum and then rivet it to that back part of the valence, because there's actually a lip back there. So rivet it back there and then use the standoffs And I like that look. That actually looks really nice. It'll look really nice once I get it made out of aluminum and actually get it attached to it. But I'll take them apart. If I make that aluminum one, I'll take them apart, let this get painted, let the aluminum get painted, and then put it back together. But yep, I think that's the way I'm going to go with this. I'm going to continue to do some work today, make some more video. Who knows, I might make a long format, then do a short. So keep your eyes open. If you see a short that I post, I usually make a long video along with it. The way YouTube works, shorts get a lot of views, main videos get a little bit less. So if you see a short, subscribe to my channel. That way you can actually see the long videos. That way you'll know when I do post them. So just keep your eyes open, guys. Like, share, subscribe. All right, I've been working on pressure washing the car a little bit. It's it had a lot of dirt and mud and everything else caked into it. Yeah, I see a little bit more of what I need to do with the patch panels, especially over there. That's not so bad, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it anyway. I didn't even notice that patch panel whenever I was cleaning it out. I saw that plate there. I didn't know what it was. Didn't realize what it was. It is a patch panel. Somebody just screwed it to the floor. No big deal. I am going to go ahead and replace it though. Take that off and weld in a piece there. On the back, it ain't so bad. There's nothing else really back there that needs to be fixed. The same people, Control Freak, that makes the suspension, they also make frame connectors, because this frame rail right here stops about right here, and then it picks up again back here and goes back the rest of the way. So they make a frame connector that connects that to that, and I'm going to order that and weld it in after I get everything else welded up, and that'll just stiffen up the car body a little bit. Pressure washed inside the motor bay a little bit, degreased. It still needs a lot of degreasing. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and sandblast. I'll probably sandblast before I re-degrease and wash, and then primer. And I ended up washing down through the boxes and got a lot of the junk out of it that was stuck in there. This pan, yeah, I can already see daylight. It's starting to come through right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that. Luckily, it's just screwed in, which will make that a lot easier. Somebody welded that one over in. It was screwed and welded, but this here looks like it's just screwed and glued in. The one place I knew I had a little problem, I didn't realize how big it was the trunk. I just took that hammer right there and punched that out. This is where there's a bumper bracket that bolts there and then goes to the body and holds the rear bumper on it. It's just, but the bolts that hold the bumper bracket in place are on the frame rail. So I just really need to cut out this chunk of metal right here. Cut a piece that'll fit in there and weld it in. So it's not that bad. It only goes back about right here as far as I need to really cut back. The other side, it's actually fine. This is all solid. And this car is really lightweight now. I can really push it. But it's got a rear valance that goes on it. I went ahead and took it off. You can see right there is where I need to patch a little bit. This side over here, I just need to get rid of the rust. Did a little bit of patch weld over there. Ain't no bad. I need to clean up this rear brace. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't sure if this thing was stock or not. I think it might be. I just need to clean it up. I might cut that out and just replace it, because it's just a piece of sheet metal. I just need to go through and pick and choose, get it up in the air, and start going at the welding. And then, like I said, cut out this box right here. I think I'm definitely going to go that route with the set-in fuel tank. I went ahead and took the rear spoiler off. This is something I had done a while back. Whoever mounted the spoiler on the rear, they had mounted it way too low, and it was actually covering up the keyhole about halfway. It was really hard to get the trunk open. So I actually welded up the holes, moved them right, and then drilled the other holes for the mounting. There's actually a bunch of holes. I think there's 9 bolts that hold that rear spoiler on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these rubber O-rings. I just put these in just for standoffs right now. But also, whenever I go back with the spoiler, I'm going to have to get some type of rubber O-ring to put on there to keep water from going down there. But I'm going to come back with my TIG welder and sort of melt together the metal, because it's actually 2 layers of metal. I'm just going to melt it together to make a really nice soft transition hole, and that way my O-rings will fit in there nice. But yeah, no, it actually cleaned up pretty good. I've taken more parts off, but I still got to get those windows out of those doors. I'm procrastinating about that. I'm going to have to detail that because I'm not sure. I took the windows out of the last one I did, but I never took all of the mechanism out. I'm going to take the mechanism out this time, clean it up, and then, like I said, POR 15 the inside of the doors. That way I'll never have to worry about rust on those. But we'll get it. It's a work in progress as usual. The amount of junk that came out of those fender boxes there is crazy. But just keep on working at it, guys. Hopefully the body is pretty well straight. I really do not see that much, other than the floor pans, I really do not see that much rust in the body itself or dents. There's a 1 dent on the passenger side on the rear quarter panel here, but I think, to be honest, it's right here, and I can punch it out from the inside. Actually, I did move it out a little bit right then, but you can see it right there. It just sort of flattens off. But I'm going to try to just tap that slightly with a soft mallet, work it out a little bit, and then whoever I get to do the body work and the painting, I'll just let them know, hey, smooth that out real good. But yeah, I'm going to keep on working on it, guys. I'll get back to you. Alright, guys, it's a little bit later in the day. It's 3 in the afternoon. Been doing this car a little bit and a little bit other stuff. I went ahead and, like I said, degreased and pressure washed the inside. I did a lot of I did some sandblasting, not much, but just to see what was going to happen. I didn't realize this, there has been, it's not really frame damage, but there's rust, and they took a big piece of steel and bolted it in place there and sort of welded it. But there again, I've got to go through the entire car anyway. I'm going to be fixing a lot of the rust issues and patching out. So one cool thing, which I finally got the door glass out. So this door glass, I got it out, and one thing I learned from other cars is once you get the door glass out and all the window mechanism and the lock and door handle mechanism, is put it back together outside of the car as you go. Keep it together until you are going to refurbish it and put it back in place, because you will lose your mind trying to figure out how to put that stuff back together. So now the doors are free and clear of glass. No mechanism in it. A lot lighter. That window and all that lock mechanism weighs a ton. But I've got that done. And then today from Speedway Motors, I got that gas cap in. And here, I'm gonna set y'all up. So I got this gas cap in. It's got the hose barb on the back side of it here, but that is going to fit right back here in that place right there where that flat area is. So you see the inside. So how it works is you press and twist, and then that pops out, and then you actually unscrew it, and it's got a rubber gasket seal there. So that's going to be mounted there. This is actually the gas cap, but when it's screwed in place, it's nice. Then you push in and twist, and it's flush. And so that's going to look really awesome sitting back there instead of actually having to get into the tag area. So, yeah, That's exactly what I was looking for right there. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do on the last car that I built. The last one of these javelins that I built. I never really got around to it before I sold it. But that's going to be a mock-up here soon, because I need to go ahead and get the hole cut for that and get all that situated so I can finish up body work. There again, still got to get all that welded up. I don't know what else to say. I guess eventually here, you know, I've got the hood out, the fenders are here, the spoilers here, that rear valence, the front bumper, the front fender. Eventually I will probably take that trunk lid off, and I'm trying to think, is there anything else I gotta take off? I mean, the trunk lid and the doors will come off. The steering wheel will be coming off as soon as I get this thing to where I can, I guess I'm gonna get like a frame roller, and get it up off the ground so I can get the wheels and tires off of it and still move it around. When I get it up off the ground on a frame roller, then I can take the steering wheel and everything else out and then really start working. But there again, I'm just, you know, doing this as I can. It takes time, especially with a full-time job. But I think it's going to look really cool when it's all said and done. Let's see if I can get over so you can see that. There's that piece of metal. It's a thick piece of metal they put in there, but there's some rust in that area. I've got to get in there and structurally fix. Looking at it and did some measurements, I don't think the frame is bent at all. That's your shock tower. It sits on top of the frame, and it's welded in place and bolted. So I think that'll be easy for me to get some metal in there, other than that big chunk, and fix that and get the rest of all the sheet metal. But I'm moving along, man. I sort of sandblasted here a little bit, cleaned all this here up, sandblasted inside this right here, got that cleaned up a lot. Yeah, man, actually I felt like I actually got some stuff done. Even though I did find more rust and more repairs that need to be done, I feel like we're getting the car down to its bare minimum. I'll probably, I don't know, heck, I might even pull these doors off today. We'll see. I'm just going to pull them out of the body. I'm going to leave the hinges on the door itself. And probably eventually sandblast all that. But I really need to get this pasture door off so I can do more of the frame welding that's down there. Let's see if I can get down there for you. Y'all can really see what I'm dealing with. Alright guys. Oh man. Yeah. All these window mechanisms, I'm going to, whenever it comes time, like I said, I still gotta get the pasture window. The window itself is cracked across the top up there. It's got a little bit of chips out of it, so I gotta find a pasture side. But I am, when it comes to it and the doors are painted back on, I will try to find the I'll clean up the mechanism, at least get it back in. Mechanism's easy. Get the mechanism in, get the window in. And it's got the felt pads. One thing I am going to do, there is a company, they make it's what they call it, I guess they call it a forever bushing. It actually replaces this bushing right here, and this is what causes that window to jump so bad when it was going up and down. These bushings get sticky, and then they get loose, and then they just jump all over the place. So going to replace that, and I think it might be like a two-piece thing. I don't know. I have to look. But man, she's coming along. Like I said, I gotta probably get that trunk lid off here soon and get the lock mechanism out of it too. That's just a few bolts, and get the hinge right there off, and continue with rust repair. There's all that rust repair that I need to get a hold of. But anyways, I'm gonna continue on, guys. We'll see y'all a little bit later.